Hello, I'm Phoebe from Swiping in the City, and this week I investigated dating sober. So I went to meet Laura Willoughby, the co-founder of Club Soda, to help you switch this for this and not feel fear without beer when you're dating.
I started Club Soda to be a mindful drinking movement to support people to change their drinking, whether their goal was to cut down, stop for a bit or quit. I felt there was something missing in the space. There was lots for people who might have quite a chaotic lifestyle because of their drinking, but nothing for all of us who I describe as a bit of an idiot with booze who might want to change it. And so now we've got 30,000 members, and we've also got drinks companies and venues in our membership, which is really quite exciting.
Why do you think it's important to establish a healthy relationship with alcohol when you're dating?
Well, I think many of us can talk about occasions where we might have ended up in situations that we didn't really want to be in when we were drinking, or lapses of judgment. However, I have to say you can still have those when you're not drinking. I still do. But there is something very amazing. Well, there's something very empowering about meeting somebody new. I think meeting new people is one of the most amazing experiences in the world, and we seem to have managed to reduce it to something we think we can only do if we're a bit drunk. And actually, when you're first meeting somebody, being fully present, concentrating on what they're saying and really evaluating, especially on a date, if this is the right person for you, is best done with a clear head.
Like I've experienced when I want to drink less or not drink at all, is the feedback that you get from other people on a night out, for example. Why aren't you drinking? Or that's really boring. How do you advise people to navigate those situations, because that could even happen in your own family.
It happens a lot in your own family. I get lots of emails. People think it's unusual to not drink, which if you think about it, it is an unhealthy behaviour, and we all know it deep down, but often people feel that if you're not drinking, you're saying something about their drinking habits. Or like my mates, they used to think as long as they weren't drinking more than me, they weren't drinking too much. So my advice for you is to be very clear about you're not drinking. The minute you have a little wavering bit of doubt in the I'm not drinking tonight, people go, oh well, go on. So be very clear and very confident when you say, even if you're cutting down but you've decided tonight's not the night you're drinking, I'm not drinking tonight, get me a alcohol-free beer, end a conversation and move it on. So the more confident you are, the better. Practice it before you go out, it really helps. And then if people start to give you a tough time, say to them, look, you're my friend, remind them that they're your friend, right, or your family, and say, I have decided not to drink tonight because I'm cutting down for my own health, or because I'm running a marathon, or because I've decided to go to the gym tomorrow, or I'm driving even. And say to them, you know, it would really help me if you didn't pester me to have a drink tonight.
I feel like driving is probably only one of the most credible excuses.
Yes, it is. or on medication.
Socially acceptable excuse.
Or pregnant. Which people stop asking me if I'm pregnant now, but that happens a lot.
Yeah, pregnant's slightly more serious. Why do you think people don't like it when other people aren't drinking around them? Do you think it's to do with their own relationship with alcohol, or do you think it's sort of like a... Yeah, why do you think that is? It's
a mix of things. We're in a very alcohol-centric country. If you think about it, it's we only go out for a drink, and if you go for even a drinks reception, probably even at your university or after work, it will be all alcohol and then a bottle of cheap Fanta at the bottom for anyone not drinking. It seemed to be an unusual behaviour, and we always associate pubs and restaurants with drinking, and so again it seems to be an unusual behaviour in a setting where people expect you to drink. So there's partly that, and partly because everybody's a little self-conscious of their drinking in some way, and they are a mixture of slightly jealous if you're able to not drink, and also thinking, oh no, well, but you seem fine to me, but if you think you're not fine, then maybe I'm not fine, and it all gets a bit awkward.
Jealous of the confidence.
Yeah.
What mentioning Fanta makes me think of another issue that people think about when they're trying not to drink or drinking less, is what do you drink? Because I've always been like, well, I don't want to drink fizzy drinks all night, and equally I don't want to just drink water, and quite often there isn't, you know, that delicious drink.
Well, the good news is things are changing quite a lot. It's the growth market, and so you'll find a lot of the pubs are now beginning to put some really good alcohol-free beers in. I never drank beer when I was drinking, but now I'll drink an alcohol-free beer because it's low in calorie, sugar-free, 3 ingredients, it's a really good option. But you'll find that a lot of bars are now making really good cocktails or twists with bitter, so tonic with bitters. And there are also some things like cedars, which is an alcohol-free gin, that are beginning to make an appearance. So definitely things are changing. But my other top tip is, if you're not sure there'd be something really interesting for you, then take a small bottle, maybe even a shampoo, small little travel shampoo bottle of something that you like, whether it's an alcohol-free gin or a really posh cordial, and then you can put your own water all night. So, oh, mind you, they do kombucha on tap in loads of places now, and I really love kombucha, so that's great as well.
I kombucha, that sounds nice.
Come up the pub healthier. Boom, job done.
And it's quite funny, swigging little like non-alcoholic things in hip flasks. You usually associate it with like completely the reverse.
I know, and I don't get chucked out, and I take my own drinks in all the time to pubs.
Yeah, nice. So something that people often think about as well as why they drink is to help with those nerves. I even had a university professor who suggested that we have a shot of vodka before our speaking exams. So
good, great. Brilliant advice.
Really good advice. So, on like a personal level, say for example you're sitting in a pub or you're sitting somewhere waiting for someone, and you get that urge to have a drink. So if I have a drink, I'll really take the edge off this situation. Do you have any like mind tricks or just kind of things to ease that? Those like butterflies.
I guess I'm not really into the mind tricks, although definitely taking some deep breaths, reminding yourself why you're alcohol free at this particular point in the day for this particular meeting is really important. And to understand, often we know we don't want to drink, we don't often remember why we want to do something. I want to not drink on this date because I want to be able to assess whether this is a person I'd like to spend more time with a clear head. But the other thing to do is just to not have dates in pubs or restaurants. I don't know where the rule came from that a date has to last 4 hours and you have to go for a meal and sit awkwardly together, even if you don't like anybody. All of my best dates have been people that I met for a 20-minute, half-hour coffee in a coffee shop, where there was no pressure to stay longer than that, where we could then follow up with something more if that was important. And I actually highly recommend making first dates short dates, and doing that somewhere where you won't feel under pressure to drink. Even make it during the day, during a lunchtime.
Thank you so much. That was Laura from Club Soda. You've heard it, not drinking will save you money, keep you healthier, but might not solve your lapses of judgment.
Yeah, I think that you can say that.
You can say that. Some of them.